Today, some of you are headed to the polls, casting your votes for either former U.S. President Donald Trump or former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley. Our Washington, D.C. correspondents Rachel Knapp and Brendan Scanlon have been monitoring this election leading up to it. Rachel and Brendan, what can we expect from this Republican caucus?
Hey Tracy, I think a lot of people are going to have their eyes on this race, especially looking at how Nikki Haley will do, especially following former President Donald Trump's performance in both Iowa and in New Hampshire.
That's right, Rachel. Going into those primaries in the Iowa caucus, Trump was leading in the polls, and he certainly had a strong performance that reflected that lead in the polls. So they were, again, definitely in his favor. Both candidates paying very close attention to you all down in the Virgin Islands to see if they could get those 4 delegates that are at stake there for Republicans. They're sending members of their campaign teams. We've seen members of Congress from here in Washington, D.C. traveling to the Virgin Islands to stump for those candidates. Haley herself spoke with you all not too long ago. She also spoke with you, Rachel, as well.
Yeah, I asked her how would she ensure that our voices are heard in the Haley administration, and she just told me equal voices. And I know that's something that a lot of people feel very deeply down, especially as a U.S. territory, sometimes feeling like they've been forgotten. But as Brendan just mentioned, you know, there's been a lot of activity down on the islands, both candidates trying to rally as much support as they can. But with this election happening so quickly, this is why a lot of attention has been placed down on the islands. Again, just candidates trying to win over voters. But of course, the next big test for both Haley and Trump is going to be in Haley's home state of South Carolina.
Yeah, and you hit on a really important point. The timing of the USVI caucus is really important because it comes right before that South Carolina primary, of course, Nikki Haley's home state. We're expecting Trump to do pretty well in South Carolina, but if Nikki Haley could pull off a strong performance or even a win here, it could give her campaign some definite momentum going into her home state. Tracy?
And Rachel and Brendan, thank you for tracking all of this. Of course, you can find all of our election coverage on our website and our social media, including that one-on-one exclusive interview that Rachel had with Nikki Haley.